Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden Football on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a great one on tap between the Seattle Seahawks and the Washington Redskins. With that, let's get on up to FedEx Field near Washington. Standing by for the call of this one, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We've had spotty showers since about 7 a.m. here in D.C., and the radar indicates it's going to continue, but nothing to stop football from happening at FedEx Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the Washington Redskins. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. Charles, we look at this Redskin team as they interplay here. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Seahawks, they come in playing some decent football, 5-3 in their last 8 games. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they'll be led out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
And what I enjoyed in preparing for this game was talking not just with the coaching staff, but with him as well. And I found it interesting that the coaching staff sees him one way, and he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on, we know he's not bad at this, but his footwork, always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here.
And what was so funny, what the offensive coordinator say right off the top, he's got great footwork. Love his footwork. So this guy is never satisfied.
A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Able to find his target here, Largent. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. Does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. First down, Seahawks. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. And we take a look at the offense for the Seahawks.
One thing for us to keep in mind and remember, they're coming off of their open week last week. They got to sit home and relax a little bit before the final stretch of the season. They got the lucky draw because every team in the league wants to have that open week later in the year rather than early. They benefited.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Second and 5. Flush to his right. Now and he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Now for the point after. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays, and a 9-yard run on the end of it. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So out comes the Redskins offense now onto the field. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
And what I enjoyed watching this week when we had a chance to watch them at practice, the easy camaraderie that he has with his offense.
A lot of respect.
A lot of respect, and frankly, I thought it spilled over to the defense. All the defensive guys were coming over and teasing and joking with him. You can tell they respect the heck out of him and really want to play well for him.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Ty Montgomery. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down. They had 3 tight ends in on that set, and they were really good at blocking for their running back.
And give them a lot of credit because in football nowadays, tight ends coming out of college often don't block very often. These guys have really developed into superior blockers, and that's why they use them in this formation so often.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that'll open things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. On first down, Trader escaping the pressure right. This will be caught inside the 10. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. 2nd and 2. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. This is how the defense will line up for Seattle. This unit against the pass, hoping to get better for sure. Number 25 in the NFL right now.
And those are the kind of plays that this unit needs to make, because they know that going against a team of this magnitude and the way that they're playing, they cannot afford to let them get on a roll early, chip away at their timing.
Do you put it in your quarterback's hands again? That's the question here on 3rd and goal. Eluding the pressure right. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. No surprise there, 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes, because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, he might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. Warner. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
He's got it to Williams. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It's a 1st down following a gain of 3. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Tighten up. Switch it. Go.
From the gun, Gilbert flushed out right. His throw incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. To throw again. Gilbert being chased out left. This one into the hands of Largent. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins 19.
They talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Operating from the gun. Gilbert forced out to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got to key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while, but when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Flush to his right. The Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing again. Gilbert dancing to his left. This is caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. From 3 yards out, and the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. A final shot before break. Schrader. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught.
Let's go!
So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach!
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. The NFL season going to be about 2/3 complete after this weekend, so lots to get to as we check out what's going on here in Week 11. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway. In the second half. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. Steps away to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Williams eluding the pressure right. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. To throw on 2nd down. Williams. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. It's the fullback. His 5th touchdown now on the year. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. So he scrambled right but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules because we all know most guys going to football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
An incredibly short kick fielded way up there.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. They're going to get about 3 here out of this 1st down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
52 to Mike, 52.
Off the play fake. Gilbert rolling to his right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep. Oh, that's caught inside the 20. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. It's a big play there for Seattle. 49 yards. And what can they do here on 2nd and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Seahawks. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Flushed out right. Caught here by Griffin.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Flush to his right. He'll find his man on the comeback route, complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 40.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. Williams on 1st and 10, escaping the pressure right. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. It's the fullback. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. It's up and good, and this now becomes a 24-21 ball game. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was polished off by a Redskin touchdown. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. They're on to the second half now down in Miami. It's now a 2-touchdown lead there for the Dolphins. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Gilbert. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, Gilbert buying time to his left. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now at FedEx Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This is brought in at the 21. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Here's Williams throwing to start the drive. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A Redskin 1st down, the pickup 15 yards. The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Looking to throw. Williams. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
That's how we do it, baby.
You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grab.
And that's caught inside the 35. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, what, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 34. Williams now operating from the gun. Flushed out right. Throw left side complete. It's Phillips. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. First down. Here's the run with Montgomery. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. They'll run forward Montgomery. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Redskins are going to retake the lead. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Back to the air on second down. Gilbert. He's got Largent complete here over the middle. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. And the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Back to throw. Gilbert. Now he's going to let it go deep left. And that's caught inside the 30.
Let's go, baby.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them a lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
On first down, Lane. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On first and 10, Gilbert, flush to his right. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. 5 plays there on that drive, and it all culminates with a Seattle score. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown.
That's what I'm talking about, boy. That's what I'm talking about.
And so much for the game-winning 2-minute drive. I think that interception return there pretty much seals the deal.
And one thing to keep in mind, in this situation with the score that close, defense isn't backing off and just giving you easy throws. They're playing aggressively as well, and they end up picking that one off and sealing the deal for themselves.
So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. This will be fielded at the 6. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. It's in the 4th quarter down in Miami. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Now Williams throwing after the interception. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Throwing on first down. Williams. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all three timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. They'll run on first down. Warner. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. And an alley to run. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. On first down, it's Warner. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. To the right side and complete to Largent. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins 39. They'll run on first down. Warner. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. From the right hash, this from 53. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, Charles, a game and a decision that people may be talking about tomorrow for sure. Had a chance at a long field goal there at the end to try and tie it. They elect to not kick it, and they lose the game.
And I think what we'd all love to see is that little slip of paper that the special teams coach handed the head coach before the game that said, this is where our kicker is good from today. This is where he feels confident, because that might be the absolute mark that tells us, okay, maybe we have to run more offense because maybe he doesn't feel good about kicking it from this distance.
So for the Seahawks, it's an important win in terms of staying in the postseason race as they move to 6-4. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Washington, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to